You're in the gym doing the bicep curl, and then you see an absolute stunner. And you're thinking, how do I approach her, get her number, and get her on a date? Hey bro, it's Coach Nav here, and today we're gonna talk about gym game. One of the subscribers asked, can you make a video on how to pick up women in the gym? And there's two methods, there's two strategies that you would use in the gym. One is the gym that you go to regularly, and two is the gym that you go to when you're traveling. So you're only there for a few days or a few weeks. And the reason they're different is because the first strategy is going to be more of a social circle warm approach, right? Because you go there all the time, people will see you, right? So the girl that you're going to approach, you probably see her again and again and again. And it's a different strategy that you would use in that situation, which is more of a warm approach, right? And a warm approach is, saying a comment like, hey, I don't think we've met before, I'm Navid. Or, hey, are you new to the gym? I don't think we've met before, right? And then the second strategy is the cold approach. It's just like any approach that you would do, in the street or wherever. You could just be like, hey, I just had to say, you've got the best vibe I've seen today. Are you doing leg days, or, are you hitting the biceps today? Or just be like a normal cold read. Like, yeah, you got the best vibe I've seen today. You must be Colombian. In the first scenario, you don't even have to take a number because you're going to see her again. Especially if it's a girl you've seen before, you're going to see her again. So you could just have a quick 1-minute conversation. Maybe the situation is not right for a long conversation if she's, in a machine and she's on a break and then, she has to do another set. So you just have like a 1-2 minute conversation. And then another day, you have you do another approach and have more of a conversation. So I'm just going to tell you about this approach I did quickly before we shoot out, because I've got to coach a client here in Miami. And what happened was I was in the indoor cycling and she was sitting next to me, and there was these, iPads where you watch like a TV or something. And I went, excuse me, do you know how to work this, to watch a video on it? And it was the most neutral opener. Right, so it wasn't anything spectacular. And then she goes, oh yeah, like, I think you got to press this button. And then I went, let me guess, from your accent, you're from Australia. And she goes, no, I'm from South Africa. And then we got into a conversation, and it was about a 5-minute conversation. I didn't take a number. Then another day, it was like a week after, then I saw her again, and she was on the treadmill. Then I went next to her on the treadmill, opened a conversation. Hey, I saw you running, just wanted to come say hello. And then we had I think it was a 10-minute conversation. It's easy on the treadmill, especially when they're walking. And then I got the number, right? Then I was like, when I got the number, I was like, do you want to go grab a smoothie tomorrow? She said yes, then I got the number. So that's how I would do it. And the best method is to open situationally in the gym for both scenarios. For the gym that you go to regularly and the gym that you're visiting. You could do something like, is this the best machine for the chest? Or actually, I would say something like, is this the best machine, for that specific muscle? Or what muscle does that work? I've tried that one before as well. That one works really well. So you want to do situational and just test the water a little bit. See if she's interested. If she's not, say, have a great workout and, get back to your workout. And then what's really important in the gym is the timing. Because of course they're going to be working out, you're going to be working out. So what you don't want to do, let's say if she's working out like 100 meters across and you just drop your dumbbells and you go and approach her, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to go out your way to do an approach in the gym. It's more like you're next to her and she's in the machine next to you, and then you do an approach, right? Because you don't want to make a scene basically of you like going out your way to do an approach. You want to do it calibrated to the environment. And that's why I would suggest to open more situationally and when she's close by. And of course, when she's not, doing squats or something like that. I have tried that one before, actually. And in some scenarios, it does go well when they're in the middle of an exercise. But generally, you want to do it when, like, for example, she's just finished an exercise, she's changing exercises, or yeah, she's on a break, she's on the cardio. The cardio is the best time actually to do an approach because it's really chill and, they're not kind of actively doing an exercise.